Hey everybody, it's Durger. Welcome to an episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. And we're doing something a little bit different today. What we're doing is we're expanding the channel a little bit. I've been thinking about doing another Let's Play of Total Extreme Wrestling. I'm having a lot of fun with the current one we're doing, which is Billy Corgan's NWA. But it's nice to have a little variety, do something a little bit different. And we've done, 28, almost 30 episodes now, starting since January. It's been a lot of fun, but I think it's time to have something else. And so this is what we came up with. I sent a Twitter poll seeing what you guys were interested in doing. I had a couple ideas in mind, and I'm going to get them all done by the end of the year. But this one was one I kind of wanted to do, and I'm happy you guys agreed. So what we're doing is we're doing a local to global. I can hear you guys now saying, Durger, you're bad at this game. This is a bad idea. I know. But we're going to try it anyways. We're going to see what we're going to do. So we're using The Who's July mod. So we want to have as much competition out there. We want to have as much characters as possible. And by far, he has the most characters out in the game. Now, we're going to start this game. So our wrestling, our little backyard fed in 2018 is going to be called Cyberpunk. So that's sort of the theme, because the idea is that it's a little cult, a bit of a cult following. It's a little bit, it's got a hint of trying to alter and change pro wrestling, right? That's the idea. So a lot of this is going to be kind of like what I would want out of an ideal wrestling federation. That's kind of how I'm aiming to make it. Now, we do want as many feds and many wrestling promotions as possible out there, but for the sake of time and let my system actually work, I'm not going to have every region running. It destroys your CPU, I swear. So I'm going to get rid of Australia. I'm going to get rid of Europe, and I think I'm going to get rid of Canada. Just so that what this does is, if you don't know, if you remove that region, you do not remove the wrestlers unless they're exclusive to that region and they can't wrestle anywhere else. But it does remove the promotions there. Now, the game actually sims in between each day those other promotions, so it can really bog down, and The Who has a lot of wrestling promotions. A lot. So I don't want to get absolutely destroyed in terms of having to deal with 50 different promotions running every time I try to change a day. I think I'm going to get rid of Canada too. A lot of Canadian wrestlers are going to show up in the US, and that's fine. We're going to be a US-based company. So, and you can't get rid of Britain. Britain's a hotbed. Japan's a hotbed. Mexico's a hotbed. So we kind of get rid of these. I think that's fine. Now, a lot of times when people make these games, do these runs, they just kind of have a silent protagonist where they're just kind of there as a booker. I don't want to do that. So this is almost like a quasi road to global, where you take a character and then grow them, or have them kind of be your persona. So I made a character that would be fitting for the Cyberpunk. So while we normally would play as like a character here, like, hey, it's Durger time. That's just a faceless version of me with no skills or no nothing, right? We're going to do something a little bit different. So I kind of like the idea of like a road to global kind of idea, where I'm taking a single character and that's personifying us. So I made a character that's fits in theme with the whole cyberpunk wrestling promotion, and that's Neuromancer. Ignore the fact that that's clearly not. That is another wrestler. I just changed the color of his mask, but so he's 32, turning 33. Not too old, but maybe not in his prime for wrestling. Has some good skills though. Some really good basic skills, some good psychology, and medium decent. He's had 13 years of experience. He's been wrestling for a while, and he's got a story a little bit. So he's an independent mass wrestler from the tri-state area. He's from Philadelphia. He jumped into smaller promotion from place to place, but never really accomplished much in terms of stardom or momentum. Despite never making it big, he basically produces his own wrestling promotion, Cyberpunk Wrestling Revolution. So that's him. He could do pretty much everything, but the idea is that he's probably going to be booked as one of the stars of the show, as a lot of middle-aged wrestlers do. They kind of make their own promotion or their training promotion. You think of like Mike Quackenbush in Chikara, right? When he's wrestling in a mask, and eventually what we're going to do is build up people to take his place so we can start to move him into a different role. But for now, he's going to give us a little bit of a leg up. Now, in order to start a promotion, I'm going to have to pick a reputation that's very high. We'll just go greatest. We're not going to get fired from our wrestling promotion, so this won't matter. But if you were playing as a booker, this matters. Now, we want user talents. So, for the sake of game, I want to make my negotiating very strong. And I would say creativity would be important too. Diplomacy, less so. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. We're going to max out on negotiation. We want it as cheapest as possible. Or we want our booking to go strong, and then we're going to be lacking in these other areas. But I think that'll be fine. And do we have to do anything here? We do want industry effects turned on. We want our fog of war turned on because we don't want to necessarily know what's going on. Crowd management. Oh yeah, why are all these off? I don't understand. Everything on. So I always like to keep the dirt sheets off just because I would like to see all the little dirty secrets, but at the same time, I don't really want. I know I will abuse it, so I just keep it off. And it looks good. Actually, I want numbers. Do I want numbers? I can't remember how I have it set up, but I think I want numbers instead. Okay. Yes, that's good. Good. All right. Let us take Neuromancer and see what we can do. So we're going to start unemployed in July 2018. There's Tanahashi there, number one in the world apparently. And here we are, the mystery Neuromancer. No one knows who this guy is, but somehow he's making some notable waves in the world. So now, as you see, everything's blacked out. So I'm going to be, only options I have right now is I can shortlist people, I can blacklist people, and I can start a company, which is what we are going to do. And we're going rock hard. 0 prestige, tiny amount of money. Boy, we are screwed. And we're going to have Cyberpunk Wrestling Revolution, which we'll just call Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk in the initials. Did I write Cyper? Boy, I can't spell it all today. I mean, do I actually want, maybe initials might be easier? Nah, I like the idea of just having Cyberpunk as the initials. And we're going to start out in tri-state area. Not Ireland. No, that's not what we want. Why? My keyboard hates me today. Okay, so before we start it, let's go ahead and make a product. So, if you've never seen this before, if you've never done this, I know a lot of people haven't. A lot of people that play this game kind of do the I'm gonna go play TNA, go play WWE, and never really deal with this. I highly recommend, if you've never done this before, try it out. Maybe not rock hard because the game's tough. The game's really difficult, and honestly, the mods can be brutal in terms of balance. In the main game, it can be still really tough, but the game's much more balanced. Whereas, like in the real world, in the mods, it's very difficult to get momentum going at the rock hard level. It's very hard to financially be viable. I think the Who's mod does a good job because it has so many smaller wrestlers, but it could still be a problem. Okay, so let us build. What is Cyberpunk? Well, okay, so let's build this up. Based on what I want from professional wrestling and what I want from this promotion, I think its cult needs to be medium. So what does that mean? That means it has a little bit of a counterculture vibe to it, right? So in the 90s, that sounds like Attitude Era, kind of nastiness and stuff like that. But really, what does it look like in 2018? Well, what it looks like is something like Lucha Underground, right? It's got a little bit of a different vibe, maybe a little bit of teeth to it. It's not clean cut. It's not, Ring of Honor has a little bit of that, but for the most part, it's got that kind of vibe of maybe the underground, something going on here. So we want to do medium. We want maximum level. We'll do, say, heavy. What these levels are, if you don't know, is you can change these in the middle of the game based on what's going on, and this just kind of gives you your maximum level, usually for owners' goals, but also I think it's the tolerance. So comedy, low is fine. So traditional, good versus evil, I think that's fine, having your strong face-heel divide. Wrestling is entertainment. Let's boost that down to, let's say, a heavy. We want no risque. So we do want modern, though. We want to say that this is really important to have, we want a modern style. Because we're talking about, if Cyberpunk's all about evolving wrestling, we want the cutting edge of movement to be important here. Realism, so that's going to be like slow holds. How important is that, realistic looking style? And we're going to say low, but I'm going to give a maximum of potentially heavy if we want to change it. Hyperrealism, I don't think we want any, or if we do, we want very low. Hardcore, could go for a medium. Lucha Libre, we want low. Pure, we want low. And Daredevil, we want low. So let's check our analysis here. What I want in this is actually exactly what this is. Wrestlers are equally rated on performance and popularity. So if they're popular, they will get over. But if they're really good in a ring, the crowd will we can expect a crowd to really get behind them, which will boost their popularity, and that even it works better. Purorisu skills are less effective, which is unfortunate, but that's just kind of what it is with any U.S. company. It will attract a vocal fan base, which is what we want. All characters can have a gimmick. We want that. We'll attract fans with risky gimmicks. So that could blow up in our faces, but that comes with the territory to cult. That's fine. And it will not respond well to subtle gimmicks, which is fine. We want to have storylines, so we are expected to have storylines. This is where it gets a little tough because I think we set it to maybe the modern part. We do need to have one match that either is a steal the show, high spots, or a car crash. Not difficult, but it could increase our risk of injury, especially with these very young or weak performers. And we need one match at storytelling. You'll actually be put off by low risk matches. And if we do get a time slot, it's going to be difficult for afternoon or evening. But it is favorable for getting a sponsorship. And yeah, so that's fine. And we don't have a Young Alliance system anyways, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's fine. Match intensity. So our danger should be at 55. Match intensity only needs to be at 40, though. Wonder why that's so low. But that's fine, actually, with us, if that's what we expected. So we're pulling off stuff that seems dangerous, but actually isn't that intense, which is fine. Women's wrestling, we want integrated. This does two things for us. One, again, if we're talking about the future of pro wrestling, I just get rid of divisions. It's easier. Just put everybody together, have them fight. It's better that way. But also, this helps us pragmatically because reality is in the game that women's wrestlers are cheaper. So it sounds so bad. So we can pay them less. Hey, but that's as true in the game. That allows us to hire some people that money's going to be very tight, and we can really groom some people. And if we got to save every penny we can get. Face heel divide, we want weight split. Nah, we don't need. And I don't want to ban anything. I think this is good. This doesn't seem bad. Okay, that is it. So that's our product. We don't need to make a profile or anything. I'm not going to put a banner on right now. So we're not big enough for a banner. We're just some small backyard trash wrestling company. Let's go ahead and create the company. Yes, I do. Cyberpunk has been founded. Now let's go ahead and I just want to change these real quick. So now, something probably people don't really mess with, but I definitely do. I want workers showing up here. I'm going to put a high frequency of new workers. It's just something we're going to want. We're going to want new people coming in and out. And I think everything else is fine there. Okay. So if you have this off, and I think by default it tends to be off just to save some CPU space, you're never going to get new people. But we need new people. We want recruits. We want young rookies. We want people to be showing up in the world and people that we can groom. Because one of the things we're going to want to do is also build people to be loyal to us. That will help us out. Because look here, we don't have a lot of money. We really don't have a lot of money. We have no prestige. We have no momentum. We pretty much have nothing at all. The one thing we have an advantage on is that if we run in the red, we have 1 year to get back out of it. But, everything costs money, except for our main guy here. Nothing else comes cheap. So we're going to have to fill this up with the cheapest people we have, try to build some momentum, be very careful with how we do this. It's going to be tough. We have no announcers. We have no nothing. We have no belts yet. We have nothing. Let's go ahead and actually, I'm just kind of curious. Is there anybody? There's nothing in a creative meeting right now. So we have nothing. We have start with 0. Let's go ahead and let's start grabbing people. All right, so we're going to have to look for a wrestler here. We're going to have to find a couple, actually. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to look for anybody that's unemployed. And I want, obviously, someone that is based in the United States. Since we're not paying travel costs, it doesn't matter where they are. But let's see. I also want minimum years rookie. Let's just see who are rookies out there. Nobody really. There's one person. Stella Gray. She's got a lot of popularity in tri-state area already. Average everything, and not bad price. We can do something with that. So we're gonna have to kind of finagle a lot here. We're gonna say, because she's not gonna accept the 190, probably. Yeah, 220, which we need to save every penny. So what if I said you were going to be blue chip prospect? 210. We saved another $1 or another $10. What if I gave you creative control? You'd accept it. This could be a problem, but generally for people with creative control, they're only going to want to boost themselves. I won't have to give it to everybody, but she's still going to be here for a year. It should be fine. All right. Who else do I need? I need at least like 5 wrestlers, including myself. Okay, let's go minimum of 1 year. There we go. A lot more. Brian Pillman. I would be down with Brian Pillman. Wait a second. Did I just give... Hold on. Where's that contract? Where is that contract? Did I just give her travel costs? I mean, she's in the same location that we are in, so it doesn't really matter, but... Shoot. Unemployed. Okay. We're going to negotiate that. Yeah. No. No. That's your new offer. Nah, I'm not messing with that. I'm not screwing myself over that way again. Okay. We don't necessarily need anybody unemployed, but we would want rookies. And the reason why we want rookies or first years is because there's a potential not only for them to grow, 2, they're going to be cheap, 3, there's potential for them to have a loyalty to us, which means that they are more likely to be exclusive with us or use us as a primary. Brian Pillman probably is not a bad option here. 280, not bad. Only 1 year pro. Into Southeast, not too far. Not actually working for anybody right now. I think we could say he's going to be a future main eventer. He might even be a main eventer for us now. I don't know. So I could go lower than 120, but chances are he's not even going to accept it. Let's see what he says. In fact, let's say I'm never going to make you lower than within this year mid-carder. Okay. 200. 210. Okay, 230 is what he wants. Do I want to give him creative control? I don't know. It might just be worth the extra 30. I don't want to give creative control to everybody, especially if I expect him to become one of our main eventers, and I don't know if I want to give a main eventer creative control. Mid-carders, whatever. They're just going to politic their way up. Okay, so that's 2 people. Let's find a few more people. Let's see. Who's Valkyrie? From Ireland. Also, wait a second. Did I... I did it again. It should default to not covered. It's so annoying that it does that. Okay, let's go down the list here. We got some from Britain, who I do not know. Has no popularity here. That's the other thing we got to look at is local popularity is going to help us because we have 0 right now. Brian Pillman doesn't have much, but at least he has some. Bruno Maloney. Oh, he was from Chikara. And he's not there anymore. How much he cost? $240. Ugh. Why? Average. I mean, that's not bad for what we need. Let's go back to it. Candy floss, $250. No popularity here. No popularity here. Like, is there anybody that has any popularity in the tri-state region? Here's one. Jocelyn. Never heard of this person in my life. They don't even have a picture. You couldn't even find a picture. $250. Urgh. This could be tough. Like, Ophidian's popular. I mean, that's the other thing. We could steal some from CZW and Chikara. In fact, for some of our main eventers, let's look at our main eventers here. Let's say, okay, so we got Brian Pillman. Let's get one more. In fact, let's scout Chikara, because Chikara's probably going to have probably the ones that we're going to be looking for the most. They also probably have some people that are pretty cheap. Like this guy. He's got 15. Could bring the ants in. It's not a bad idea. Icarus costs a lot. See, like 400 is too much for us. Like maybe a main eventer, but we really have to see how much money we're gonna make. Mike Verna, how much it costs? Like 300 for a main eventer seems better for me. Like Murloc, 240 sounds better. Really want to go as cheap as possible. You know, actually, someone I personally want. I'm just kind of curious to see. What's her real name? I don't know. That's also a problem. It's one thing I don't like about this database is that it uses everyone's real name. Let me check Chikara again. I want to see what Kimberly's availability is now that she's not in the WWE because they misused her. Can we potentially take? Okay, so I'm going to check. All right, so if I go into Chikara's profile and I check their alumni, I should find their characters. What's her? Why couldn't I find her? That's apparently who she is. She's working in AAW. She costs 500. Okay, let me see what I can get for her. I'm going to give you a 9-month contract. Be one of our icons. Main eventer. Not covered. How low can I go? 380 is the lowest. Can I get you to 250? And I'll give you creative control. All right. 300. 310. 320. 330. It's got to be some point you're going to tell me, okay, here's my price. 350. 360. 360 with a creative control clause for 9 months as a main eventer. Sure. Okay. So now we have to really think about all the other prices we do. Because we still need a roster. I mean, I don't know how much money we can expect to get from our first show, but it's not going to be a lot. We're not going to make money. If we could break even, that would be a huge deal for us. I'm going to say we probably can't, but we can try. So let's grab a couple more people that I can actually hire. Would be nice. So I want based in the U.S. and can work in the U.S. because I don't want to grab people. $250. Okay, so I'm really just looking at this point for the cheapest I can find. Let's boost it up to 2 years. Let's see what's out there. 250, 280, 240. You're really hard pressed to find lower than that. And to put it in perspective, a lot of wrestling promotions, especially smaller ones, if you've ever dealt with them in real life, Zariah Schreiber's only $230. And as long as she doesn't draw Nazi paraphernalia on an Instagram account, we should be okay. Yeah, okay. Can I get her? So, if you've ever actually dealt with a real life wrestling promotion or have friends that have done it, these prices are like $240 for a very small indie show can be more than the top guy in the wrestling promotion makes per night. So the prices in this game are always very, very off. 200, yeah. It's not uncommon for one night to be like $50. Sometimes less. Sometimes no money. Sometimes like I can get you some food. Here's a Subway hoagie. Maybe not that bad. If any of you are wrestlers and you've been offered only a Subway hoagie for payment, I would very much want to hear that story, please. Rachel Ellering's not a bad option. 210. I bet you we can get her. It's a future main eventer. We got to be careful with those clauses though, because we're going to need some people to job to, and if you have everyone set as a future main eventer, they're going to get mad every time they lose because they want to constantly be pushed. 180, perfect. That sounds great. Get Rock Lobster too. 260 for Rock Lobster. Jeez. All right, who else can we get here that's cheap? Britt Baker. Oh, wait, hold on. I did it again, didn't I? I keep on doing it. I'm going to destroy myself doing that at some point. I want to round out here, have somebody else. Bam and Boo Sullivan. We're not even going to have a tag team division yet. We don't have the money for tag teams. This is just not the situation that we're going to have. Okay, let's boost it up to 3 years, minimum 2. See what we get here. Andy Williams at 280. Argus, 260. I need the cheapest that I can get. Like, that's crazy. Chris Melendez is $800 a show. I would be tanked in one show would eat up all my costs. Jeez. Flip Gordon's 400. Decent popularity. I'm going to put him on our short list. I would not hate a show run by, what is his stats in this here? Average, strong. We need more scouting, but 240. Holodead is 220. Not a bad option. I could probably get her for cheap. Not popular at all here. More popular in the Joshi scene in Japan, which is not going to help us. Not a bad option. We'll shortlist her for now. So we might come back to her. So, as you guys are watching the show, obviously with local to global, this is going to be a lot more behind the scenes stuff. There's not going to be a lot of storylines. We're going to try to build some storylines. Ooh, Matt Riddle. Man. $400 a show. What could I get you for? Could I get you for like $250? What's the lowest I can get you for? $300. Maybe. With creative control. And that. Could I? Yes. Hold on. Not covered. I'm willing to do that. Let's risk it. Let's play. Okay. Maybe one or two more. Rob Killjoy. What's her popularity at? Could be better. Sarah Lee on maternity leave for a year. I guess that's the other thing. We could take Tough Enough rejects and grab them. They certainly aren't. That's it, huh? Man, it's just like you can't get any lower than 240, it feels like, without really negotiating down. We need... Man. And one of the other things we want somebody with some popularity. Actually, never mentioned that. I'm curious. Talking about tough enough characters. Is ZZ out here in the world? No. I wonder if he has a real name. I don't know. Huh. Because I don't see him out here. Because I bet you he probably has some high popularity that we could have used. I mean, some of the other things we can look at, too, is taking people that are popular, putting them on one show. Like you know, that's too much money. But, like, you know, is that a fake Ricochet? Huh. Wait a second. You know, put Phoenix on for a show. You know, even though he's not popular in our area, find somebody that's popular in our area. Somebody like Rob Van Dam, or maybe a Sandman. You know, do the real carny shit that you would expect from a small promotion. Of here, put former WWE superstar, put it on the main show. You know, and then get some popularity that way. Only hire one of the young bucks. Have a young buck for a show. You know, these are the options that we could do. Man, we really don't have the money. Okay, let's scout CZW for a second. Who's there that I can take from? 230, 220, Brittany Blake, fake Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dave McCall. It's not a bad option. What's your stats like right now? Good popularity here. Yeah. It's not a bad option. If I can get you for 200. 230. What if I backbone of the roster? You're going to take a lot of... Yeah, you're still going to do it. Okay. Here, I'll do 230. 230 is not bad. I did it again. I keep on doing it. No. Okay. CCW's proximity is good. I mean, we want to find people that aren't wrestling everywhere because then it's hard to use them. Wow, Tim Dunst here. So, like, this would not be a bad option. Well, he's a main eventer for CCW, so that makes sense. You know, their mid-carders are probably going to be booked as our main eventers. Joey Janela, it's not a bad option either. What's your popularity is good. Seems underranked to me. But That's not a bad option. Can I get you? Okay, this is going to be a really bad idea. I will give you creative control. I'm only going to put you on a 9-month contract. Can I get you at 300? And I will put you at never lower than upper mid Carter. Would you take that? You would take that. But no travel. Still more than I want. I really need more cheaper wrestlers. Brittany Blake might not be a bad option. We'll probably get her for 160. Let's try. Backbone 190. Yeah, that's fine. That's not going to be the end of the world. I saw somebody else that had a good price here. 230, 3-year young lion, 10 popularity is not bad and pretty decent all around. I mean, I could probably say to him, I'll give you a 3-year contract and you will be a future main eventer. Would you take 170? Take 190. What if I gave you creative control? 170. Not a bad option. Rich Swann. Also, 700 per show. But so, I mean, these would be the characters. These would be exactly like a Rich Swans of the world would be the people that we would want to have temporarily for a show or something like that. We could save up some money, sell that. So we got some roster here. It's not bad. Not as many as we would really want. Now, we don't have a requirement for a roster right now. What we have to be careful about is how many times we use the same people. So, like, if I use Neuromancer 4 times in a wrestling promotion, we can get penalized for that. So we don't want to do that. So, do we need anybody else? We need an announcer, which is really weird to me. But because if we're not on a TV show anywhere, why do you need an announcer? But let's see. I should probably lower that somewhere. I'm going to say at most regional level. That's still a lot of people. And based in the United States and can work in the United States. All right. I really don't care about your skill. I just care about your price. Who is the cheapest person I can get? 160 sounds perfect. How bad are you? You're probably horrible. Weak. Meh. That's fine. I'm gonna give you even less though. That is no problem. 140? Yeah, sure. Sucker. Alright. Well, that's not bad. It's not some bad gets, I think. So we gotta have a title. I think we're only gonna have one title. Which would be the Cyberpunk Grand. We'll just call it Cyberpunk Grand Championship. No limit. No gender limit. No weight limit. Main event level. Sounds good. And we could start to add people to this if we need to. Can I add a person to a title now? I can't. Can I? No. Bummer. So I would like to just give Neuromancer it. So eventually we can have someone take it off of him. But perhaps we will set up a storyline in the very beginning where he has the belt, and that will we can do a title change there. No one will know. You do what WWE did, or I think for the WWF title, which for the first time when there was an Intercontinental title had I forget who it was. I think it was Briscoe. Have it in Puerto Rico or Brazil, defend it, quote unquote, in a match that never actually happened. Like, yep, I got it. I got the first belt. Okay, sure. We need to build some storylines too. We might want a few more people in our roster. But we will have to see how they come back to us. All right, so we've fast forwarded a little bit just to get our hirees on the card and see what we're going to look at here. And also just want to see what's going on in the world here. And in July 2018, a month ago, Matt Hardy got divorced. That's unfortunate. I guess you could say that their relationship was broken. Ugh, I feel horrible. Hideo Itami's going to SmackDown. Razor's going somewhere. So WWE's moving people around, which is interesting. Danny Collins has become a trainer. Big trouble for little WWE. So WWE's imploding already, 1 week into the game, which is interesting. Not sure why, but seems to be the case. Apparently Roman Reigns is on SmackDown and defeated Seth Rollins. Interesting. All right, so let's see here. CZW is trying to bid for Kimberly. Don't blame her. Blame them. Let's take a look at the rival bid. I can't imagine it's anything that's going to affect us because they're not going to be making a exclusive. Yeah, 500. Go for it, girl. I can't offer you that, but I don't think it matters. I mean, we're going to have her on. It's not. We have no position at this point to do any type of upbidding. Nor do I think it matters to us. Okay, so ref. I always should do it. I should make a heel ref one time. I never do it. Complete the contract. Sounds great. We'll see what they want for the push, but I would not be shocked if he's at a main eventer for us. Good. Rachel Ellering's with us. Joey Janela's with us. Not a bad crew, to be honest. Here we got what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more coming our way, hopefully. Auto push everybody now. We're going to have to change it later anyways, but wow, Brian Pillman's still a mid-carder. Poor guy. Joey Janela's main eventer. Neuromancer got pushed down to a mid-carder, which is fine. I'm going to make him a main eventer now for the sake of push. But because I'm going to give him the belt. I'll have Joey Janela take the belt from him real quick or something like that. All right. That's not bad. Other interesting thing is that we have sponsors for no reason. We make money just not doing anything. So, like, I wouldn't be concerned about, because we have no momentum, no prestige, we have no ranking. We can't get lower right now. Other than we somehow have some popularity in a tri-state area. Somehow. I don't know how. But I think they just randomly assign it somehow. So we could lose that. But if we waited a little bit of time, it's not going to kill us. And let's go ahead and schedule a show. We're going to do an event. We're only going to do a 1-hour show. Cyberpunk Let's call it dystopia. And then we'll do actually, we'll do this as a monthly, so we'll just call it the Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling Live. It's always going to be in the tri-state area. Calendar. Who's... So this is risky, so I don't have everybody here, but like probably Thursdays are going to be fine. We can change it if we need to. And what is the week right now? Because we kind of want the first of every month, I guess. So I think that'll give us. I don't want to do a show yet. Let's let's remove that. I don't want to do a show yet. I don't have the heart yet. We don't have the roster. I mean, we could probably put on a show, but it'd be really bad right now. Let's go ahead and skip ahead a day or two. Okay. Oh, my contracts are in. I can't believe we got Matt Riddle. That's nutty. Also can't believe Matt Riddle's so lowly ranked. So the only one we're missing is Kimberly, which we'll probably have pretty quickly. Lucha Underground's change of production value. I don't think production value matters to us, and I don't have the money for it. Yeah, look at this. Like, we just made money doing nothing, which is great because we're about to lose a lot of money when we start our first show. So, okay, let's go ahead and I think we have enough to schedule a show if we want to. An hour. Monthly, first week, every Thursday. Sounded good. Still looks clear for everybody, which is good. Only in the tri-state area. And we're going to do Cyberpunk Wrestling Live. So this will just be like a regular show. And then I think what we'll try to do with Cyberpunk, because we're not going to have the money for it, is we'll try to do 4 major extra shows a year that will end up becoming our annual important ones. So there'll be like tournaments, special events, are something that gives us a little extra pop, and we'll try to time it so that they're evenly spaced throughout the year. And then building the importance of that by doing it every year will increase the amount of people that go to it. Now, because if you haven't done one of these yet, the thing to understand is that this is a long-term booking game. We're going to be seeing months fly by. You would not be shocked if in a couple episodes we're in 2019, 2020 already. So we're going to have to look at it as the future, because we are starting at the lowest possible place we could be. Do I still have to? Hey, we have the people. Why don't we do it? What do you guys say? I got everyone here. Yeah, okay. Let's auto push this roster. How many people do we actually have as faces and heels? Everyone's a face. Okay, I need some heels. You're gonna be a heel. Because we can change everybody here. You're gonna be heel turn. What's your Punk cool? I want heel. could be an ethnic stereotype. Punk cool will work for both, and we'll keep it. Okay. I don't think we need to change anybody's names. She's fine. Richard Ellering's fine. Neuromancer will have as a phase. Matt Riddle can be a face. I think we'll have Joey Janela as a heel. I like to book very like South NWA style. Like I like to have the belts on the heels and have the faces chase. I think it's a little more fun. I think it makes for a better show too. It allows good underdogs and stuff like that. All right. So who do we? What are you good at, dude? You're good at cool, cocky, wholesome. Okay. So let's do cocky. Be a band member, city slicker. Extremist. Yeah, that works. Okay. We have to deal with the subtlety issues. So we want low subtlety, but we kind of want some higher risk. So, like, you know, that might not be bad. The gangster character. Because people are going to like riskier ones because we have a little bit of an edge to us. You know, the patriot character can get a little risky. Sexist. That would be kind of an interesting character. He just refuses to fight any of the women. Got you. I kind of like that, but maybe not for him. But that's not a bad character. So you know, we could play with that. Brian Pillman would be a face. I feel like we could use one more heel. You want more heels than faces, really. Because you want a few heroes fighting to overcome the world. We want a heel characteristic. And how's his realistic image? Crazy, legitimate. I mean, that could be cool. All right, he could be an anarchist. So, old school face, a lot of old school faces, just good guys. Old school face. That'll work for now. Maybe we could kind of tweak it later. All right, guys. I mean, that was a hell of a first episode. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, but we got the show set up. We got Cyberpunk Wrestling ready to go. So next show will be, I guess, our first wrestling promotion, which is happening a lot sooner than I thought it would. But I will see you then. Thank you for watching.